Hello, it's RocksAlot. And today, well, it's Sunday. Got through Thanksgiving, thank goodness, but we had a lot of fun. I hope you all did too. And we're just going to do a quick Sunday cut today, and maybe have a little surprise in the middle of it. So I have preset some stuff that we're going to do, and I'm going to start on maybe the wild horse. I think there was a piece of Neela that we did, or it came from Dave, and yeah, we'll see. Got some number 8 to do, which I'm hoping some of that color comes out. Welcome in. We do that a little bit, and some pink Rhodonite, and some really nice blue chalcedony. Thank you for the thumbs up. And we're gonna rock these out. So, hi there. Welcome in. Sunday, and we have a beautiful day here. I don't think everybody else has quite the same weather that we do today. Hey, Stephen, how you doing? Doing pretty good. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. We had some plumbing issues, which now have been 4 times, but we got through it. And yeah, it didn't cost the house, which is good. But yeah, we're gonna do a few different stones today. Wow, yeah, we had some friends out in Detroit over the weekend. Didn't know if they were able to fly out or not. So welcome in, everybody. Thanks for joining. But yeah, we're going to do a couple things. I don't know which. We might not do them all, but I wanted to do a couple of pieces, right? A piece of wild horse jasper, and then I have a nice piece of number 8, which I cut already. But then the saw started to wobble, and you know it's bad when even I stop. So I had to stop, and I'll have to check it out after. Hi everybody, welcome in. So just a piece of number 8 that I cut down, and that is a chunker. Could almost do 2, but gonna leave it as one really nice big chunk. See what we can get out of that. We might visit this one, which I don't know if that sort of sandy matrix goes through the whole thing. Pink Rhodonite and some blue chalcedony, and everybody pronounces that different. So, well, it could be, yeah, some nice moldy chocolate. Number 8 actually is known for. I'm here in the States, but grew up around. Yeah, I grew up all different countries around Europe, United States. So, but I'm in the States right now. Man, if that was chocolate, I'd buy all the bars at Dollar General. Not sure we have chocolate with little blue spots in it. So I think we're going to start with the white horse. If you stick around a little while or come back later, we're going to do one little stone reward. We think we've kind of worked it out, but we're going to do it as a practice. You will have to email me, and you will also. We're going to do a number generator on the first one just to see how it goes, and hopefully that shall work. Hi, Shellbell. Doing pretty good. If I could stop coughing. I wasn't coughing before I got on here. But yeah, I'm going to do probably, I don't know, maybe in about 30 minutes or so, I'm going to do the first reward, because I did go over 1,000 subscribers this last week, which is just fantastic. almost unheard of. Hi Simba, welcome in. But just so you know, on this first one, it's probably going to be only people within the United States, which I apologize to all the other people that are outside the United States. But that's just the way we got to do it on this first one to see how it works out. And then later in the week, I'm going to do one for just subscribers only. And also this first one's going to be subscribers only. So we'll do that after I cut a few stones, and maybe we'll give one of these ones away. So I'm going to start with, you can see the saw. I did a little bit of saw this morning outside, and yeah, it had so much vibration in it, it just fractured it out. So, all right, let's get this going. But yeah, I hope everybody had a great day. Great Thanksgiving. We had a pretty awesome Thanksgiving, even though it was a smaller bunch of us from the family. Let's get going. See how this works out. Yeah, we did pretty good. I'm going to be in and out of the chat. Miss Freckle Cat's in there as well. I forgot what I was going to ask you for though. I'll remember. Alright, let's get into this. Let's get a little bit closer. The reason I cut this the way I did was because of all the undercutting on it. So if you look at this top angle, that's quite the cut. So I'm going to end up doing well. Wayne, welcome in. Danza, welcome in. And we'll go think. Here we go. That's my brain working right there, or trying to work. So let's bring in this end anyway. Gonna try and work with mostly soft materials today. You can see I already took care of that undercut, and I'm gonna take this edge in right here. So this is wild horse jasper. People try to call it turquoise, but it's not, or they try to say that it's white buffalo, and it is not white buffalo. Similar in pattern. Yeah. Hey Farm, welcome in. But yeah, I had a really good Thanksgiving. Like I say, it was just small family members, not small family members, just a small number of family members. And actually, I guess the small family members too. And so that was nice. Don't have too much of the turkey left. We put a big chunk, took a big chunk out of it. I think there was, 5 of us, and we ate like a 12-pound turkey. So we did pretty good. I got a little bit left. And then I got to go see some old college friends last night out at my friend's pond. And that was fun too. I think all of us that were there last night met 30 years ago? Somewhere around there. We were in younger years. Not causing too much trouble, just a little. Alright, let's move over already. Yeah, this replica has the same thing. Oh, and Wallace, there you go. Wallace was there. It was this beautiful white dog, probably, I don't know, maybe 60 pounds, 50, 60 pounds. But he was being dog sat by my daughter, and she brought him to Thanksgiving. He was extremely well behaved. I snuck him lots of treats in the kitchen. Get a girdle going here. So this material is pretty easy to work with. If it's too dry, it may fracture out. But as you can see, we've been through 2 wheels already. And this is a pretty nice looking stone. So just going to start doing the angle on it. So I'm going to take this top right here, this top corner, 45 degree it out. At least that's the plan. I can hear my pump there making noises a little louder than normal. But I did just oil it last week, so it should be good. Just a little bit of a different ASMR. Yeah, it's pretty. Michelle Bell, don't worry, after a little while, and it does take a little while, they miss their mother more than you can ever know. Usually get in contact with my mom on a Sunday, so either before the live or after the live. And I'm fortunate enough, my mother's pretty active still. Yeah, they're about the same age, Shelbell. They live fairly close. Right, so I'm getting just a bit of a dome on here, and it's soft enough that I can go into this next wheel. And that way I get a good shape on it, and it doesn't take too much off. It still takes some off. This is a pretty new wheel. I did go out and see my friends last night, and I did sell one of my stones. I haven't really sold too many of my stones, so it's not quite like the kids leaving the nest, but even though it was going to a good friend, I didn't know how attached I'd become to some of my stones. I'm sure I'll get over it. Yeah, and it put a little bit of money in my pocket to go out and re-spend and rebuy. So we have stuff to do in the new year, which actually, so talking about the new year and where I want to go with this channel, I have enough rough right now that it's going to keep us pretty busy for at least 6 months into the year. And then I'm only going to purchase must-haves at this point. which will be sort of exclusive turquoises, opal, and I'll be on my bargain hunting right now to get more stuff. So, but I have a lot. I have quite a bit that we're going to get through. Some of it I haven't even opened yet. Welcome in, everybody. Did you tell him he had to go get a better job? I gotta be careful because this is coming off pretty quick. And as you can see, that back starting to come up. That's not backing, that's part of the matrix on the back there. But looks pretty good except for this wonky up here. So we have taken just a little bit of this off. I was talking too much. Yeah, construction can keep you busy. My friends are mostly construction. A lot of safety. There's a lot of safety rather than safety and GM. So they're getting ready to slow down and take on some new ventures. That'll work. Alright, that's not bad. We'll shape it up a bit more at the bottom on the next 3 wheels, but I really like that. Hi everybody, welcome in. Hi my Captiva, welcome in. So, you know what? Why not? While everybody's here, let's see. What stone are we going to give away? I think we're going to do the Stone Canyon. We do Stone Canyon or a turquoise piece? Let me see. I'm opening up a box. You wonder what I'm doing. Let me turn this off. So we're going to give this a try. We have not tried this before. Let me back this up. And let's see if we'll go any. It's a bit better. So, gotta decide which one I want to give away. I'm not giving away the Blue Moon. I think. Let's have a look at that one. You know what? We're gonna give away a big piece of Nyla. It's one of my favorite materials. And yeah, that's what we're going to give away. Get my needles. But yeah, I did end up selling one last night. I'll show you a picture of it. Wasn't easy for me. Ooh. So first giveaway, going to be a piece of turquoise. It's all polished up already. How many people do we have in? 90? So part of being in this reward is this has nothing to do with YouTube. It's not affiliated with YouTube. So don't complain to YouTube if you don't like what happens. And I will need for you to send me your name, your YouTube name, your address, if you are the correct person, and you must be a subscriber. On this first one, I apologize, but we are going to do no international postage at this time, and I will show that email again in a second. But I hope this works. We're going to do pick a number from 1 to 200. We're going to do 60 seconds on, let me get this right. Welcome in. Correct. And let's find the number generator. So this is a practice, and then I'm going to reach out. I'm going to list out. So all the subscribers, if you're a subscriber, I can pretty much tell. But if you don't make it public, then I can't tell. And there's nothing that I can really do about that. So I would like you to be a subscriber. It will come up on my end if you're not. And we're going to do 1 to 200, and only one number, please. Let's see. There we go. So we're going to go 1 to, change that, 200. And I'm going to give you 60 seconds. Maybe a little bit, well, we'll do like about 60 seconds. So if Miss Frecklecat would put in the chat start, only one number, please, and only subscribers, please. And then we'll pick the number and see how it goes. And so whenever Miss Frecklecat puts in start in the chat, we'll start there. And then after about 60 seconds, then we'll put a stop in there. Yep. And if you would write start in there, Frecklecat, we'll get going, see how this goes. There we go. So if you'd all put a number in there if you're interested and you're a subscriber, and we'll get this out to you. So right now, all I see is my Captiva, so. All right. Let's give it like 2 minutes. We're only doing 1 to 200 and only for subscribers. And only one number each, please. I don't have any game show music for you. I do. So, hi, Savesh. All right, it looks like it's only going to be Shell Bell and my Captiva. And I'm fine with that. Oh, and Steven's in there too. We didn't mod him out. I'm joking. Yep. We all look the same. No fingernails, no fingerprints. So, all right. Well, I'm only looking at 3 people. So if Miss Frecklecat wants to call stop, that's okay. And then we'll generate. So right now, what was Steven's number? Boop. 88. Well, you're all pretty close. You're okay, Steven. We'll figure it out. I know it anyway, so. Ryan, if you want to put a quick number in between 1 and 200, you can. But you got about 5 seconds. All right, let's all right. All right, it's cool. It stops there. We've got 4 of you. If Miss Freckle Cat would put stop in there again, that would be great. And then we'll do the number generator. This one? Okay, this one is a turquoise. This one is not a turquoise. Looks like white buffalo, but it's wild horse. Yeah, this is a Nila, N-I-L-A turquoise. It's out of Nevada. All right, let's try this then. I'm going to generate a couple without you seeing, just to get it mixed. All right, so here we go. 1 to 200. What? It said 40. So 40. And just to show you that it is generating, that's amazing that it went from 39 to 40, but it did. So yeah, 40. Whom I believe, let's have a look. 40. I believe it's my Captiva. So yeah, congratulations, my Captiva. If you would go ahead and email to sir.RocksAlot at outlook.com, and we will go from there. So that is the first official reward from me, and I thank you all for being here. I really do. And we'll start, as this gets going, we will try to do the rewards on a wider basis. This is just a quick practice kind of, and a quick reward for, we hit 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to do another one where I will have all the subscribers that I see as public. And I will go ahead and make a list, and we'll put them in a wheel, and we'll do one of those too, but that'll be later in the week. All right, well, thanks for popping in, Ryan. I appreciate it. Hey, that Seth guy. Welcome in, and let's get back to what we were going to do. But yeah, this is a really nice piece. I love this stuff. I'm hopefully getting some more. So let me put that somewhere safe. I will put it with the opal right there. All right, so that wasn't too bad. And then my Captiva, if you would just do your name, your YouTube name, and your address, and then I'll contact you back through your email that you sent. And if you have any questions, just you're welcome. Thank you all. That's truly what it is. Like I said, I sold one last night that was I don't know. It wasn't like selling one of the kids, but let me show you which one it was. So I sold this one last night, and it is the Caraco Lake, and they got a really good deal on it. They are friends, and yeah, they got a really good deal on it. I will say their favorite ones last night was, let me bring this out, I hope. Maybe if I can open it without dropping it. This was their probably favorite one last night, from friends. Hey Aaron, welcome in. You just missed our little giveaway. This wasn't the giveaway. This is the ones that my friends liked the most, and they also loved this one. So out of a whole tray of like 30 stones, those two were the most popular, and then the one that they purchased. And I don't know about you, Aaron, and selling your stones, but I put so much effort into it, or it feels like I put so much effort into it, it's hard to get rid of some things. So anyway, this is so far today. And we are going to move on to, let's try, you want to try the big chunk? I think we try the big chunk. So let's get this going again. Let me get a drink real quick. Probably put some gloves on. And then in the future, we'll do random rewards every now and then. It's not really what the channel's about, but I really appreciate you all being here. So. Oh, yeah, we'll do it right now. So, Miss Frecklecat has been practicing wire wrapping, and because of the season and the holiday, it's moved from wrapping rocks to hammering and making her first Christmas ornaments out of wire. And this is one of them. It's actually really cool. I like it. So this gives her practice in the metal hammering, also in spiraling, which is a lot harder than you probably think. And hi Marty, how you doing? So who knows, maybe we'll do one of these in the future too.
It's going to be next Thursday's prize.
Oh, we're going to have a Thursday one.
Send one.
Okay. So on Thursday. Next Thursday, we're going to probably reward this one to somebody, or someone similar to it.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Pretty cool.
I wouldn't do it if you weren't doing it.
Yep. So, all right. Christmas, here we come. Yeah, she's gonna pick. She's been doing the stones just for a couple of weeks, and then she makes stuff. I don't know how to explain it. Like, she makes octopuses and ducks and dinosaurs and stuff and felts, and it's pretty cool. All right, Shellbell. Well, we'll definitely. That's kind of where she was going with it too, but she does it because it's fun. And if somebody were to like it, that would be even better. So we'll bring that up again. Yeah, they're really neat and pretty simple. So going to I'm gonna have to bring this ugly stuff in here, which means I'm probably going to lose at least that. So, that's okay. Just testing to see how hard, which means we've got to go over here. I'm not getting in any trouble, Hippo. So I'm going to have to keep bringing this edge in. It is at the top, but I don't really want to take all that down too much. So let's keep bringing that in until I feel comfortable with it. Let's get two extra bubbles, and I need to put a mask on. This number 8 is stabilized. So this chocolatey goodness sometimes can be pretty soft. Not everybody likes number 8. I kind of like it. I like the polka dotties. Yeah, my captiva. I was lucky. I was lucky enough to come in to my stepkids' lives when we kind of knew where they were headed. So, I can't tell you that. Well, I can tell you. Hi, Karen. Welcome in. Appreciate you coming in. Just working on a chunky piece of number 8. Back isn't so perfect, so gotta bring this in over here until I have enough to work with. But yeah, with the kids, I got lucky. They'd already ripened a little bit when I came into their lives, and to be honest, I did not know what I was missing. That is number 8 sludge right there. Look at that. It is thick. I could have tried to cut it down there, but I knew I was going to have to bring it in because of all the concaves here. So even cutting it, it probably would have chipped out and fractured out. So on this particular piece, I kept it pretty big. And may turn into a big chunky piece that can be double-sided. And as you know, Stephen, we know where our place is to comment and not comment. Well, I assume you've learned already. And honestly, I could not have imagined having 2 better kids. They moved out close, going through college, working, still need their mom. Yeah. I'm not saying you're wrong, but we try to keep religion and politics out of the chat. Not that you're not allowed to have any opinions, you are. Just thanks, Steve. Really don't want to have to take the gloves off. I could. I'm not saying you're wrong. Not saying you're wrong, but yeah, we try not to do religion and politics, kind of like when you're hanging out with family at Thanksgiving. Don't get into big debates at Thanksgiving. Try not to. Okay, so top's looking really nice. Still a bit bungly down here, but it's coming together. I don't know if that's a word. Is bungly a word? Hi Paul, how you doing? welcome in. Well, I tell you, Steve, she does have her faith, and you know, there are days to talk about faith and religion and politics. Just I come out here to hang out with you guys and cut some rocks, see what we can do. I don't think I've ever seen the full claws. Nor do I want to. Oh, shoot. Ah, you ding, ding, ding. Alright, you ready for this? Rat-a-tat-tat. So, beautiful. Oich. New shape. Dang. You know why that was, right? Alright, maybe we should let religion in the chat. Alright. Oh no is right. But we'll work with it. So now I need to see if... Oh, look at that. So this is... I thought it was stabilized, but it's not. And it needs to be. So I'm going to clean this up real quick. So, just as for a learner, sometimes when you buy turquoise, it's been sitting out of the ground for a long time, and yeah, it's not so much calcite. That brown matrix can be soft, and I was still working on it and pressing hard on it. So earlier, people were, suggesting maybe we should cut this in half. Well, if I'd cut it, it would have just shattered up into little pieces. So I'll see if I can get a little something out of it. But I'm going to have to vacuum this, and we're going to do a vacuum session soon, maybe before Christmas, around Christmas, where I can get all you guys outside, and we'll put the vacuum outside, and there's a couple of different epoxies that I want to try to stabilize stuff with, and that should be fun. Alright, so big piece now. See. If I can do anything if I do it soft. So I'm really just continuing with this piece as a tester. Because it will teach me some about the other pieces that I have, and how I need to treat them or handle them. But yeah, if you get old turquoise that's been out of the ground for a long time, and it wasn't a hard matrix or a hard turquoise in the first place, like nice and glossy, once it gets wet, it can crumble. And the other possibility is I did cut a little piece off of this before we came onto the live. And I know my blade was, there's something going on with it. It's a brand new blade, but it's not sitting correctly. And I'm wondering if the vibration from that caused the extra fractures. What was funny was, and I mean funny as in odd, is that I was pressing pretty hard when we did the back on this, and there didn't seem to be any problem. But the longer we had this stone in water, the softer it became, and the less stable it became. And then, just as I said, no religion and politics. Kapowie. Be careful. Yeah, I kind of was looking a little bit today, Aaron. I didn't see it come in yet. That's okay. You know, with the holidays and then the snow storms across the country and some of the bad weather and then delayed flights everywhere. Oh, geez. There it goes again. All right. I think we're going to call it quits on this for right now. So this is just going to continue to fall to pieces the longer I work on it. And we will move on to another piece of something. Definitely needs stabilized. Because without stabilization, I would lose all of this color and turquoise. So, another day. Put that over there. What are we going to work on? Let's try. I got this little piece, little nugget. I just put it on a chopstick today, so let's see if this holds on. Yeah, I'll put some backing on it maybe. I don't even know if it would hold then. It's pretty soft there. I think it came, I forget where it came from. It wasn't Dave Duncan. I think it may have been Ray. And I have a couple of other pieces, but the matrix is not quite as light in color. And so, yeah, if you're new to watching people do work, and you go out and you buy stones, or you think somebody's stones are too expensive, please understand that to get that one stone, there are a lot of different materials and situations where they may have lost a lot of the material itself just trying to find a good stone in something. Because not everything you buy is perfect. Trying to get a little bit of a high dome on this one. I don't know if that made any sense what I just said. And yeah, I'll try with the backing, Aaron, for sure. And obviously this was strong enough when they cut it to hold together during its cut. So it may have been just me cutting on the vibrating saw today. So they were able to cut that without it all breaking up Probably on a who knows what size saw, but alright, let's have a look here. Good. Nice color in there. Let's get a little more accurate on my girdle. So normally I would do this by hand, and I'm trying to get used to dumping it. Which means I gotta take my gloves off. Some extra light. There you go. A little bit funky on the shape. I'm going to try and reshape it just a little bit. Thank you everybody who's in. Appreciate all the thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. You should get notification when I go live. I usually go live on a Thursday and a Sunday. Just a little bit better. A little bit better. Still a little funky. Trying to get this tic-tacky look away from it, out of it. Alright, let's move on to the other wheel. Bit better. Still a little tic-tacky. Hola Lorenzo, welcome in. Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. Did it need to be stabilized as in vacuum stabilized, or did it just need backing? And some of the edges taken off. And it had just come straight out of the ground, so. Alright, 57 and 58. So I got more thumbs up than I do people. I'll take it. It also means a few people are left. We did have our first round of rewards today, which went out to my Captiva. And hopefully that'll be getting out soon. It does save my fingers. I enjoy the feel of the rocks in my hands. And how they kind of talk to me as I'm going along. I can do it this way. I've done quite a few opals stopping. And get the dome looking the same from all angles. A little higher on this end piece here. This is not Caramel Mountain though. I forget where I got this from. It might have been Dave's shop floor. Okay. Sweet. Not bad. Over the top here a little. Welcome in, everybody. Yeah, I got a couple on toothpicks. You're definitely getting down to small, aren't you? Crazy. This would probably go in a ring. And I am hoping to start pushing my silversmithing abilities in the next few months. I've watched enough at this point, and I have all the equipment, and I have all the silver and flux and everything else. I have some really neat native style stamps that I was given. Not given, I bought them. Hi Lee, welcome in. Nice to see you. Martano, welcome in. That's starting to look much better, much cleaner. Too high over here. Bingo, we just fixed that, didn't we? Alright. I think that's ready for the next 3 wheels. What are we going to do next? We weren't here earlier. This is the one I had to part with last night. And they were old friends, so I gave them that little piece to the right there. But yeah, it's sad to see that go. Let's, why don't we do... I haven't done it much lately. I did do quite a bit in the beginning. I have to check out my cactus juice because it is pretty old at this point. Yeah. So, similar to the number 8, this matrix is actually a bit harder, and I wonder if we could just save that piece. Let's try it. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try it. It's wild horse, it's not crazy expensive, so I'm going to bring it all the way down and make a thin stone, I hope. This might be the wrong thing to do. I need to go slower because I'm going to snap this piece. So. You see how thin it is there? I'm going to try and get down to that thin. Oops. Forgot to put my gloves back on. took out that whole undercut anyway. Looking pretty good. So now we'll go around. Give it a nice girdle. Flatten out the back. Yeah, it happens. Hi, Doro. Yeah, I mean, I could back this one. So I basically have to get into the stone first to get it to where I need it before I back it. So I'd be doing this anyway, just to get it to that point. Okay, we're looking pretty good on the height. Everything else. Let's move you over. Alright, we hit 1,000 subscribers last week. I wonder if I sent it to my phone. I'm about, what am I, about 120 something from 3,000 hours. So if you're new, please hang out for a couple minutes. It really makes a difference. And also the thumbs up and the subscribe help too. But even just hanging out for a couple of minutes on here also helps the channel, and I'd appreciate it. And then after that, I think I got one more hurdle of 4,000 hours. So usually your hours show up about a week after you've done a video. Maybe a couple of days, but a lot of times it takes a week. Alright, so that's looking pretty good. Still got a little bit of matrix there, but I think it's a little more solid. And let's start taking this top edge down a little bit. The white of the stone is not very hard. I'd say maybe a 3 or a 4 on the Mohs scale. Pretty soft. Does polish up really well. And I do love the pattern on this stuff too. Very similar to white buffalo, but it is not white buffalo. Alright. See how I got my angle going already? On this next wheel. Clickety click, 66 on my phone at least. I don't know if you all know your bingo numbers, because I don't. Okay, clickety click, 66, and what else we got? I think I always remembered legs 11 because my dad would laugh about it every time he said it in front of my mom. Ooh, that's soft. And really lightly on these wheels. And we'll do the fine details on the 600 and 1200. So I'm pretty happy with that. So nice little pieces. What's next? Let's go blue. Hey, hey Dora. Unfortunately, I don't have my translator on me today. That's blue chalcedony. Some people say that differently. I'm going to try to keep some of that length in it. Let's get going on this. I forget how hard this is. It does polish up really nice. The skin is really soft, so that outside skin is soft. And you can also tell that it hasn't been dyed because the skin would also have some glue to it. Get really tight down there. Hi everybody, welcome in. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. And also you're having a good weekend. Make that pretty sharp and take it up on the next wheel. That is mighty sharp. Wait until you see how sharp this is. Yeah, I'm gonna, I guess you could put it in a deer antler and use it as a knife. Pretty cool. Most of that skin's gone. A little bit right there. Do it. And we're going to do that. It's almost like a Christmas ornament. Hi Gilva. Gilva, that's live. Or is it? Yeah, I guess so. Oh, Gilva and the silver. That's it. Welcome in. If you haven't been here before, appreciate putting your name in the chat there. Alright, which side do we got? Super sharp. Don't like that. Gonna take some of the sharpness off the end because it'll end up chipping. And we're gonna shape this up. So what I did notice, hanging out with my friends yesterday, they like free forms, but they also like shapes that are pleasing to the eye. And they would pay more money for a pleasing shape than a wiggly wobbly freeform. So I'm going to try and keep that in mind going forward. So I like to keep as much of the stone as possible. That's your blue chalcedony. That's back. So, I don't know where my flashlights are today, but it is translucent. Let's see if I can do it on this one. Give that a rest for a second. Let's see if we can do this. Light. I'm going to turn off the light on the phone, like that, and hopefully you can see. I'll try not to flash it in your eyes, but yeah, it's pretty translucent. Some good stuff. You can even see the edge of the phone box right there where the camera is. So pretty translucent. Yeah, and sometimes I'll finish a stone urn and go back and redo it. There's some light. The other thing was, they were wondering where do they take stuff to get it finished off. So if I can figure out how to do some silversmithing and finish these off myself, I think I'm going to have a better chance in finding them new homes. Unless you're just a rock collector or you have the ability to silversmith anyway. It's a little bit better. I think we're going to drop that in some more. Got to be careful with sharp edges on these softer wheels. I'm going to leave it for right now. And I need to bring it down. I don't know if you can see that. This is my favorite wheel that likes to put great grooves in my stones as I'm going along, so I got to be careful. I can feel this wheel grabbing it. Around that edge really softly. There we go. Get a little funky in it. We'll take that tip off or not? Yeah, it's some nice material. I only got like 2 slabs of this when I got it. So I either have to take some more off this side, like that, or I need to take this tip off. I don't like either one. I made it a bit better. Not perfect, but I made it a little bit better. And start doing about a 30-degree around. I'm losing a lot of stone right now, going back and forth. There we go. This is pretty big. What are we on this one? 2 inches. It is, what is it, 1, 2.5, almost 3. 2 3/4. But yes, things on camera make it look bigger. Alright, let's go into this one. I'm going to leave it there. End up getting in YouTube trouble. Funny, I feel like I've been on longer today, and normally it's the other way around. I get to like 2.5 hours, and I think I've been on for an hour. Yeah, it's going to be a nice drop. And it is not perfectly shaped, which is okay. Rolling it from the middle of the stone, you can kind of see where I'm coming in with my wheel by the leftover dust that's coming off, or material that's coming off. Alright, so yeah, pretty happy with that now. Shape's pretty good. Alright, so that's good. Let's do, what are we going to do? I think we're going to do one last piece maybe. I'm a little disappointed on the number 8, to be honest. I think it's going to be a little bit better, but we'll work on that. Thank you, Shellbell. I do. I need to get, well, that might be a stocking stuffer too, with a really big stocking, but I need some varied shape than just calibrated ovals and squares and rectangles and marquee cuts. And so this is pink rhodonite. I tried looking for the Rhodonite pig, and I think that he's packed up in my rock room right now. He was hanging out. You never know. So this is pink rhodonite. When they find it, it basically looks like a giant black rock. And the outside skin, even though this one's really thin, will oxidize with weathering. So it is I think it's a manganese oxide, and that's similar to the little striations that are coming in there. And let's see if we can make something out of this. I'm going to take that skin off the top. I forget how hard this is, so a little bit harder, a little bit noisier. Thank you all for being here. Similar shape, it just got cut that way. And it got cut that way because sometimes the little lines that come in that get oxidized, they can fracture out. I don't think this one's going to, but I think this is probably was a fractured line up the top. It's so straight, so unlikely, whereas the outside up here was rounded like a rock. This one is a little bit sharper and probably broke off as a fracture. I do, but it's I gotta look at it, Aaron. I was cutting stuff on it this morning, and that may be some of the problem with the number 8 today, was my blade seemed to be off center somehow, and then I redid it, and it was still off center somehow, and I'm wondering if it's actually the motor itself, where the bearing arm is somehow loosened. And you know what? Square that off a little bit. Don't know why, but that's what I'm being told. Yeah, I don't have an official saw at this point. I've been using both a 6-inch and 7-inch tile saw, and then a little 4.5-inch tile saw. So the noise scared everybody off. It's pretty funny. That's where we're going for the front. How do we do this? The front. That's okay. I'm just going to do the rounding of the edge real quick. I decided on this side. I think I wrote number 6 on it. I mean, it was 6 to 8 pieces in the slab, but I think I wrote 6 on it that side because that's the side I wanted to face. Now we're going to bring this down. Let me show you right here. So you can kind of see that's the sharp edge. And I'm just bringing it down to get like a nice 45 degree there. And I'm going to try and do that pretty evenly all the way around the stone. And if I was being technical, which I should be, I should have drawn that on. just take a Sharpie, and actually with this one you take a Sharpie and put the nib of the Sharpie up here and just draw it all the way around. Probably what I should have done, especially on a big stone, trying to keep it even all the way around is a skill. A bit of the skin I need to get off the top. Still here. Sorry for the noisy one. Welcome in, everybody. Let me see. I'm not quite sure. The people that have cut rocks into gemstone cuts, different layers, like I mean. Go up a little. Did I miss it? Not quite sure what you mean, my Captiva. So I mean, it got slabbed out. And when you're slabbing out your stone cuts, you can differentiate how thick you want them. That would be great. It really depends on who's slabbing it. This one is probably almost 7 or 8 millimeters thick. People like at least a 3 millimeter girdle on the side for when they're setting it. And I think I'm almost done on this wheel. About the same height all the way around. I'll do the end piece right there. A little bit more. That's pretty good. Hi Stacy, welcome in. Thanks for putting up with Aaron. Aaron is a very kind, generous guy. That end piece right there. Hi Domatea, welcome in. And I see you, Stacy, when keeping an eye on us so we don't get in too much trouble in some of the chats. I don't know if you can see right there. So those are my angles I'm working on. Pretty close. Thanks, Steve. Yeah, I could have a phone going, the computer going, and television on. A lot of people might find that a little overstimulating, but I'm just trying to do a bit of a 30 around the edge here. I gotta watch myself with this wheel. This is the one that usually gets me. As you can see, that number 6, I'm slowly coming in from the sides and hopefully leaving a tiny bit of a dome on this one. Not much. Just blending it in over the top. And I need to go around the bottom corner because it's chipped out a little bit from that low grit. I need to go around the outside here real quick. And if you haven't seen Aaron's channel, he has a channel under his name. Got some really neat stuff going on. Also has the most envied lapidary trailer in the United States. And I don't know if it's on his channel, but I know Dave has the build, the trailer build on his channel. So, alright, let's do the back a little. Make sure we're taking out all the saw marks from the tile saw or whatever lapidary saw you're using. Yep, so between you and Freckle Cat, I shouldn't get in too much trouble. Or we shouldn't, I should say. But you never know. Just blending that girdle up now. Here, turn it around and then blend it. Same on this side. I'm just blending in between the girdle. About 7 to 11 degrees and the 45 degree edge for the dome. I did leave it off a little bit on purpose. Just gave it another tiny little dimension that your eye can catch. That 6 is almost gone. I'm watching this wheel especially because I don't want this end to hit that corner. I'm actually switching when I get close. So I'm getting really close right there, so I need to switch it on the sides. So I've got lots of room over here. Looking good. Yeah, I like that. Around that bottom edge again. Well, get the back. Oopsie. Good, I'm pretty far out of it. I am meeting one of our in-chat people, not in today actually, but next weekend. She had a little bit of trouble putting a stone into a bangle, and I'm going to see if I can help her out. And it'll probably turn into a freebie, just depends on what I got to do. Alright, looking good. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. So, I think I'm going to move over to the other wheels, and I'm going to keep going. I'd love for you guys to join me, but I appreciate you hanging out so far. And let's get a little pick of that. Okay. And let's move on to the other 3 wheels. Let's do that. I'm going to turn that off for a second. Get a little bit of a stretch. Hope everybody's snuggled up in the winter fire stuff, because I hear it's pretty cold up north. We are very fortunate down here. I don't even know, it's probably 80 degrees outside. What are we going to do here? Move over. Okay. You're welcome, Steve. But yeah, I'm going to move over to the next 3. You're all quite welcome to hang out. But I'm going to keep working on these. It was nice to get all the stones together that I've done over the last couple of months and take them out to show them to my friends. I get more accomplished than I think I do. And I'd like to get them finished today. So that was the number 8 that did not do very well. Not that piece, but these 3. I'll have to figure out what we're going to do with that. May just be backing it. It may need stabilizing. I did know that it was not stabilized, but I was hoping it was a little bit stronger. Maybe I'm just too strong. Let's get those in. And a little sipperoonie of the beverage. Let's keep going. Shouldn't take too long. So we're going to do the 600, 1200, 3000, and then we might do some cerium, and we may do some zan. I'm going to start with the 2 bigger water stones to finish. Okay. Ah, that's close, isn't it? Good. Sorry. That's a bit better. See there, right? soft stone, it'll take it off. But rounding the edge a little, taking out any facets. Long stretchies. Switch it around, do some long stretches on this side. It's doing well. Sometimes, Aaron. I do when I want to make bigger videos out of it. I know some people watch on their TV. And then some people watch on their phones. So I don't know which is best. So we have more people watching on TV and on their computers, or do we have more people watching on their phones? And I really don't know. And really, I just do a lot of this to record it for history. So what I do is, rather than putting these lives on my computer, I put them on my phone. And I still have a phone, even though it's pretty up to date, that takes SD cards. So I think the SD card on here is probably 512 gigabytes. And that way I keep a hard copy, even though it goes to OneDrive as well. I keep a hard copy for myself. Because as much as I like the cloud, I don't like the cloud. So I have a little more control over my saved content having them on SD cards than I do if it's in the drive or in the cloud. Oh, okay. Maybe we'll mess around with that in another live. Or I'll do a test live where nobody can actually see it. Help if I put it in the middle. Boom. Move it back a little bit. Probably do a dry check on this one. Right, we're on the 1200, so I'm going to do a quick try check. Just in case I have to go back and take any major scratches out. I think it should be fine. Alright. And there it is, right in the middle. I think it is. Yeah. Is that a scratch right there? It sure is. Oh, I have a big scratch. I don't even know where that came from. So yeah, better to find out now than to go on to the polishing wheel. It's not too bad. It should come out on the 600. But right there, I have a little issue. The rest of it's really good. But right there, we gotta get that out. Let's try and do it on the 600. If not, I'll have to go back. I'm going to try and tackle it at a few different angles. So we'll go lengthwise that way. And go from side to side this way. Pressing a little more on the sides than I am in the middle. You have to get the same evenness across the top of the stone. Then I'm going to do some lengthwise. I think it's gone already. And a little bit from this angle. A little wiggle waggle back and forth. Do another dry check. Hi everybody, welcome in. Hope you're having a good Sunday. You missed a bit, but you haven't missed everything. And there you go, it's gone. I guess that would have helped if you could see it, which is probably Aaron's point. Blue chalcedony. People pronounce it different ways. I get to choose because I have a bit of an accent. So, we used to say the Queen's English. Do I have to say King's English? Okay, so the King's English. That's different. My allegiance would always be to Queen Elizabeth before her son. That's an odd thing to think about. I wonder if the army recruitment rates went down since Queen Elizabeth passed away. Or if it's just in general that less people are signing up for the military. I guess it's partly political, so I'm not really allowed to chat about it. I'd be breaking my own rules. A little bit more water here. Hi everybody, welcome in. I see 90 thumbs up and well, we got about 100 people in. I'm scared I'm gonna take the stone away. Well, I appreciate anybody that's come in today. Working my way to 3,000 hours or whatever it is that YouTube wants. So if you could spend a minute or two, that would be great. I'm doing the same thing I just did on this other wheel to take that scratch out. Welcome in. Alright. I think my hardest choice of the day is going to be, should I eat barbecue chicken from last night or Thanksgiving that's still left over? Barbecue chicken and black rice from Mia Apa, the Cuban restaurant. Alright, this 3000 should do a pretty decent job on this piece. I'm actually pressing pretty hard. This doesn't make any difference except for wear out my wheel quicker. I really should just be letting the wheel do its work. Yeah, I might mix them today, Stacy. So I got a bit of the turkey left. I got some extra dressing that I made. Mashed potatoes, gravy, orange cranberry sauce. What else have I got in there? I ate all the roast potatoes. That's my thing at Thanksgiving. I make the roast potatoes. They're my mom's roast potatoes. Delicious. And they're usually the first thing that disappears. And then being out at my friend's, who makes the best barbecue chicken you've ever eaten in your life. That's the only thing he makes. Doesn't make anything else. He's no good at cooking, but the barbecue chicken is the best thing in the world. And then some black Cuban rice with pigeon peas in it. It's really good too. So I'm probably just mix it all up in a big much pot. Okay, let's do another dry check. Hi, 10565, welcome in. I hope your server let you come in. You didn't just come in without permission. I don't know who your main server is. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Let's do the next bigger one. Once I get these two big ones done, then I can relax a little bit and sit up straight and do this properly. The one thing I'm going to try, I got a desk riser from the local thrift shop, and I wanted to see if I can use it to make the wheels go up and down. So right now I'm sitting, which can be straining after 2 hours. What are we on? 2 hours? Yeah, 2 hours. So it can get a little straining after 2 hours of sitting in your chair. And so I got a desk riser just to see, and it's a pretty basic one, but it'll be interesting to see if it'll raise this machine up just enough that I can stand up and do it. Alright, let's do some big long stretches. Big long stretches on that one. Turn it around, do the same. I do like this material. Even though it can fracture easily, the slabs I got are a real decent quality. Yeah, we didn't have that many. Normally we were about 15 to 20. This year we're like 5. Plus Wallace the dog. She's the dog that's being house sit, and he came and did a Thanksgiving dinner with us. Very well behaved. Except he kept asking me for turkey in the kitchen. And we don't refuse new guests. You're a guest first three times that you come and hang out, and then by the fourth time you're on your own. And that wasn't my role. That's a Mimi role. Do that bottom edge again. Make sure it's no chips in here. And then we're going to do a dry run on this one. A little bit right there. I guess I could take my mask off at this point. There you go. Freedom. So I've been masked up this whole time. And because these three don't take off too much, I think I'm okay. Alright, let's do a quick dry run. Wow, I'm a mess. This is the 600 dry. Let's have a look. Not too bad. That's just the whites going there. Do that again. So it's coming down. Let's see, there's a couple little ones down here. Two of them. You see that? 1, 2. I'm going to work on those. And that's a pretty long one, actually. Let's work on that real quick. It's okay that this end is hitting the other wheel there. That 1200 is a lighter grit anyway, so it's not going to put any scratches in. Hi everybody, welcome in. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving weekend. I'm sorry I can't tell you that you're off tomorrow. There, it's gone. So that was a good check. Let's move on back to the 1200. But Christmas holidays will be here in no time, and if you are working Christmas, it's usually a good money time. If you're not working Christmas, it's good to spend time at home to get things done. $95 people and 94 thumbs up. That's a good average right there. And if you haven't been to the channel before, it's under RocksAlot, and I go live a couple of times a week, usually Sundays and Thursdays. And we just work on some rough so we take rough rocks and turn them into pretty rocks. Something like that. Go through different types of material, different sizes, different shapes, different wheels, different textures, different stabilities. And some work and some don't. Most of them do. I've done my homework correctly. But it seems every time I come onto a live, I learn something from you guys, probably more than you guys are learning from me. And I very much appreciate that. Around the edge. If you saw me do that piece of glass, I did find it eventually. But it did show me that I was not finishing off my rounded edges enough as I came to these last two wheels, and probably because I got tired by then, but I get more tired. So I got to concentrate on finishing off these sort of rounded edges a little better than I have been. And then my Captiva won the first reward on this channel. And that's because we hit 1,000 subscribers. Listen to me, I said 100. I was happy at 100. But we're up to 1,000, and as we hit certain milestones, we will be rewarding sort of people in the chat, but then also people who have subscribed and come along for the ride. And I appreciate every one of you. Even if you're not a subscriber, I appreciate you just being here and hanging out. I'm just taking a little bit of time on this wheel. So the next wheel, which is the 3000, we'll give it a polish, but it won't take much off at all. And neither does this 1200. Thank you, Chubbo. Yeah, I do too. And that's why I share it. Because I'd be here anyway. This is a hobby for me more than a business. If anybody ever is interested in one of the stones I cut, I'm pretty much there that if you want to reach out and ask, you can go over to my channel and find any of the videos and comment, and I will see it. Could be on a short, could be after the live is up for a replay, and we will figure out something on a price and how we get it to you. So actually, Miss Wendy Wolfwalker has asked about the blue moon that I cut, and she gets first dibs on it. But I do have to get with her and figure that out. I know she'll make it into something special. And if you don't know Wendy, she is under Wolfwalker Collectibles. And I believe she might even have a live sale tonight. And she has some of the better Native American jewelry and also some of her own that she silversmiths. And she's got a lifetime of experience. So interesting to watch, even if you're not purchasing. Yeah, she's one of the best. I mean, there's a few. So my favorite, I can't say my favorite resellers, but there's Haley, there's Beth over at Grand Old something things. Beth's Grand Old Things. Or, yeah. Anyway, Beth. It's under JR Farms. I'm moving over to the there's Tanya over at My Jewelry Addiction, Kirsten over at Kirsten's Red Resale, there's Jason Adams, he does his on Bully Run Coffee, and who else have we got? Oh, Christy at Ladies Who Loop, all some of my favorites. Yeah, I like the turquoise too. There is a lot of it, but at the same time, I like, so the piece, the piece that we gave to my captivity today, it has this sort of natural aura about it. I don't know how to explain it, where it's not like this extremely vibrant blue turquoise. People don't know most turquoise is stabilized. I like the turquoise that has sort of holds its natural state, if that makes any sense. And now, Chalbo, you know, the pieces from the 40s and 50s are turning green, and I've always wondered if I don't have any sort of older pieces that have turned green. I have some older pieces, but I've always wondered if you tried to repolish the top up of those, whether the blue would come back or not. Alright, it's looking good. Yeah, looking good. And we're almost to the end of the two harder stones. Turn it around, do it again. Bit of a bullet there. Alright, I think that's good. I think that is good. Let's have a look. So I'm just drying it off real quick. That looks pretty good. It's just water popping on it. And we will give that, I think we're going to do a zam on it. Well, let me do a test. I have the cerium right here. Let me do a quick test. In the squishy bottle. Let's see. Huh. Right. Well, I'm not doing cerium because I don't seem to have my water bottle. Kind of test the back real quick. I want to see if the cerium gets poured up in there or not. You can see that polish line right there. So not bad. I think we're going to zam that one. So let's do the one I have on a dot stick. My phone is getting covered in stuff. There you go. Just go around the edge here. And shouldn't take too long. Hey, Rocky Mountain Bear. Welcome in. Hope you can join. Just getting to the better bits of cutting stones. So from the 600, 1200, and 3000, and we'll move over to the zam station. And we should be done probably for the day, so about 20 minutes. I am going to have another reward going out probably on Thursday. So keep your eye out. Unfortunately, at this point, I have to keep it to subscribers. This next one's going to be subscribers who are public. I don't know how else to get everybody's name and know that you're a subscriber. So I'm going to try and figure that out in the next couple of days. So I'd really like it to go out to everybody's anybody who's subscribed, because I know everybody respects their own privacy, so I totally understand it. There you go. Get in there. It looks better than the end of my fingers. Attacking this one from a few different angles. This one is slightly backed. Got a little bit of backing right there. And that was just to hold it together. Do this last wheel. And we just got the wild horse to go. Really? This has been a really good session. I think I'm a couple away from 100 thumbs up. Really? Really? Oh, yeah. That's on thumbs up. I don't know what my subscribers are at. We did hit 1,000 last Thursday. Is it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. So some of that last live is still showing up in my analytics. Usually it's about a week behind. So, yeah, we're progressing along far further than I ever thought we would. I had no idea this is where I would be at this time of year when we started off in January. Going around in a circle, but also moving the stone at the same time real slow. Just to finish off the dome. Uh-oh. Hopefully that didn't put a scratch in there. It did not. It's a little tic-tacky, a little more than I like tic-tacky, but it's not bad. It's not bad. Nice colors. See, you're as bad as me, Don. I do the same thing. And then people sit there and tap the hearts over and over and over. And sometimes you can't get the child out of us, can you? Going to go lightly on the back here. This is the wild horse. Got 2 pieces to do, and we'll be good. We'll hit the ZAM station. And then after that, it will be time for some more, or what's probably the last leftovers from Thanksgiving. I was rather bad last night after I came back from my friend's house. I went and bought a whole apple pie and whipped cream for myself. And brought it home. You can hear my pump making noises too. Have a look at that. Alright, that's just the back. Get that little sharp edge at the bottom. Off just a little bit. Bingo. Good. And get this dome. I'm going to go really slowly, really softly around each corner. I don't know if you can see, I'm just rolling over the corner there. I'm going to turn it around, do the same on this corner. That's just something I like to do. I don't know if other people do it that way. And that's the same here. feeling for facets. All right. So yeah, this one may be a little soft still. Where that is, I can always take that out, and the white and black matrix or white and brown matrix is a lot harder than that soft post material. But I could always take that out and reback it. Turn around a little bit. Same thing I did before on each corner, sloping it to the middle. It doesn't take very much on this 1200 and the 6 and the 3000, because I should have taken all the facets out. I should have already created my dome, should have created my girdle and shape, and this is just teasing it up a little bit. And just got one more to do. A little too thin on that end there. Just like that opal guy was saying, the rock decides what it wants to be. I got too thin and I got to bring it in a little bit. So I just changed shape just a tiny bit. Same down here. Right. Getting a little too close here. Happy with that one. Last one. Hey North Star, how are you? I told you about my friend's sister. She was riding dressage for Peru down at the World Champions down in Peru this last week, and so they had to ship the horse down there and everything, and they came in third, which is just absolutely fantastic. So she got a bronze medal. So really happy for her, happy for the family, and really happy for the Peruvian team as well. And what an accomplishment. That's great. A lot of dedication. Yeah, I mean, it's one thing to fly yourself around the world, but when you put a horse into it, it's a whole nother thing. Now, this is not white turquoise, so what people would call white turquoise is usually white buffalo. This is actually a jasper, and it is called white horse jasper, wild horse jasper, I'm sorry. Very similar in look, but they are totally different minerals. This is not a phosphate. And I believe, and I might be wrong, I'm not sure that even white buffalo is a true turquoise, as in phosphate, but it may be, and it just doesn't have the copper in it, which makes turquoise blue. This isn't a howlite either, so similar looks. Pretty nice look actually. Don't have to spend too much time on this. Nice soft stone, probably about a 3.5 to a 4. Sorry I didn't show any of that. Just chit-chatting away. Very happy with these 2 pieces. Yeah, I think it might be a magnesite. So similar to the yellow one we did, the lemon one we did. A little funky on the bottom. And for me, it's more about the final look. It's not necessarily about the material. I mean, obviously, certain materials sell themselves. So, like the piece I sold yesterday that we are like 95% sure it's Caraco Lake. All right. Almost done. Back real quick. I don't want to do the back too hard. Go around that corner. So it doesn't skip out like that. Last wheel. Alright, 100 likes. Thank goodness. Thank you. It's there. It's funny. Yep. Most polished wheels polish well. And I actually have, I think, they're not Ukrainian, Lithuanian. I have some tinted wheels from the Baltic. So no, it doesn't matter to me where they come from. I just need them to do the job. I will tell you, in my own experience, with the wheels that I've tried out and used, I prefer the Diamond Pacific Novas. And I prefer, I just prefer the wheel that specifically goes to this machine. But they seem to have a much longer life than the $65 wheels that claim to be the same. Yeah. I've had these wheels on. I think I've changed one of them. Maybe I did. No, I think I've changed 2 of them. I think I did the 3000 and I changed the 280 down there. Yes, you are. That's it. Every time you look in the mirror, just remember you rock. Alright. Think we are good. Pick one of these. And we hit the ZAM station. Let's turn this off. Dry these out just a little bit. Paper towel would help, wouldn't it? Yeah, they don't seem to hold together too well. I don't know if it's sort of the canvas backing that they put there. Sort of I don't know if it's epoxy, but acrylic. Whatever they paint their wheels with. The canvas seems to be stronger, and I think they just paint, sponge the soft part on those other wheels. And you get a sharp stone, it'll put a hole in it right away. Okay, these are looking good already, but we're going to do what we meant to do, which is finish them off. One of my favorite sounds. Anyway, let's move over here. Try not to lose you. Oh shoot, they're coming to get me. Right. Hold on one second. I gotta go hide. Alright, okay. We are over here at the ZAM station. We are pretty close to one of the fire stations, which can be annoying sometimes, but when it really comes down to it, I'm kind of glad they're pretty close. So ZAM station. You know, if you watch a few other channels, then I have to show you my ankle. Alright, are you ready? I need 120 wheel from Kagi. Oh, okay, so it came in new like that? Yeah, so I don't know on the quality. I've heard it's okay so it's up to you. So I would invest in some DP wheels if you get the chance. I've heard it's fine to get a Cab King, run through their wheels as you do. It goes a little bit quicker, and then when you do have to replace, upgrade a little bit and go to the DP wheels. So, all right, ZAM. This is not an endorsement, but it's useful stuff. I've been told I should probably increase the RPM on my motor, so I might have to look at some of my other motors to see if I switch this out. And here we go. Okay. Me or you? This is it. Yeah. All right. Here we go. I usually do the back first as a test. So we'll do the Wild Horse first. Very happy with these pieces. So that was the test. The matrix, not special, but the actual jasper part itself shined up really well. So let's keep going around. But yeah, I've been told I should probably increase the speed of my machine. It will leave less ZAM behind and may even increase the polish a bit. So I gotta go through all my motors. I have probably, I don't know, 5 or 6 motors. So when I go to estate sales, I look for people's old motors in the garages. A lot of times they put them pretty cheap. You might have to rewire them. But if you can figure out how to rewire them, which is usually a plate on the motor itself, you can usually get them pretty cheap. Alright. Yeah, talk. You can see we have pretty nice weather. There's the sunshine coming. It starts to go down for the day. And let's take a peek. I need to get a little bit more in the middle. I think I gotta go back to the wheel on this one. It's not bad, but I think I missed the middle. See how it's not bad. I think I gotta go back to the 3000 on this one. But came out pretty good. Let's try the other one, see if I did the same thing. Quick polish on the back. Thank you all for being here and hanging out. It's very kind of you to spend some time with us on a Sunday. And, same thing, so the material itself shined up well, the matrix not so much. I'll see if I missed anything on this one. That's better. Let's just do the edges real quick. This one's better. So I just missed a spot on that last stone. I'm going to blame because I'm chit-chatting away. But sometimes I just miss stuff. All right. One last front. Yeah. There we go. Let's see how we did. Much better. Much better. That's a really nice stone. Those two. Same piece, different stone. So 2 pieces out of that 1 piece of rough. That's pretty good. Move on. I forget how this does with the ZAM. I have done 1 piece of this before. It may not be great. Let's see. Let's do the test on the back. Pressing pretty hard. And you see it as I see it. Not bad. I think it might do better on the cerium. It does have a bit of a crystalline texture to it, this stone. Oh, be careful what you say, Freckle. Which, if you don't know Steve and you have a sense of humor, please go over to his channel. He's been doing some resins and doing some lives in freezing Michigan. And pretty funny guy. And it's a pleasure when he comes into the chat. It's really appreciated. Yeah, but Steven, that's what's great about stuff is you can pick and choose. So if people don't like what they see or they don't like what I'm doing, they can take a peek at another channel. I'm hoping what I'm doing, some people like it. I can imagine it's not for everybody. And that's okay. There's 7.5 billion people in the world. And I'm just very happy that any of you come in here and spend some time with me on a Sunday and a Thursday. I'd be doing this anyway, so I love you for it, actually. I don't just appreciate it. I really love you for it. You become friends and you become family. That's why I'm trying to decide what I want to do with the channel. Do I just keep it the same? Do I try to up it? Do I try to improve the photography and all that kind of stuff? I don't know if that's what I want to do. I might do it a little bit. All right, that's a pretty piece. That is a pretty piece. And this one has that translucency to it as well. And if you get real close, it's got like a crystallini structure as well. Let's see if we can. There you go. You see the crystallinis in there? You put that in the sunlight and it glitters. Really nice stuff. All right, we got. See if we can make this fly off the stick. Quick. Down the edges. I still got to take this off the dropping stick. Yeah, Mother Nature is just, I mean, it's amazing. So, it's bigger than all of us, and that's what I love about it. And then when you just think you got it all down, it surprises you. And that's what I love about this, is uncovering patterns and colors and different angles and context, and it's just a really fun hobby to have, and discovering stuff. I'm going to do my fish fossil. We're going to do it live. If you don't know Kyle over at World of Rock Hounds, I'm not blaming him, but I'm going to try a little technique that he did on one of his videos a ways back for splitting open the stone to reveal another fossil. So I have one fish that I want to cut down and cut into two, because I know there's another fossil underneath it about, I don't know, it's about 8 millimeters. So that'll either go well or it'll go really, really badly. All right. So this is how Zam does on a phosphate. It just, let's see if we can get this. It makes it shine. And I had not noticed those speckles before. When you get close, it's like almost like number 8. All right, and the last one is the Rhodonite. So let's do the back. I'm not putting any more Zam on. There should be enough on this wheel. So let's do a quick check. Not bad, but not great. That would help, wouldn't it? Sorry. So that worked pretty well. We didn't really polish that too much, so let's see how the front does. This is a nice large pendant piece. Could be wire wrapped, could be wrapped in cord. It could also be just poke a hole in the top and put some cord through it that way. Or if you really wanted, you could silver set it. It's nice enough to silver set. And I think the pink and sort of an oxidized silver would look really good. Especially when it already has the sort of magnesite, oxidized magnesite in there. Magnetite, I'm sorry. Alright. It might be, but it's chalcedony, so I'm not sure it is. I think it's more like a quartz. I'm not sure. I don't know. I do have mica, so I got some giant pieces of mica. Miss Frecklecat uses them, or has used a couple of them at school. She'll take them into school to see if the kids can strip them down into a nice thin. Yeah, I thought so too there. Alright, this is this one. Just quick. This looks pretty good. Really good. I'm very happy with that. And I'm very happy that I didn't round it at the bottom here. I kind of like that shape. So let's do this one last time. I'm trying to line these up a little bit. Turquoise in. And thank you all for coming. I've really enjoyed today. I actually needed it. I haven't been out here in a little while. And there we go. That's what we got today. A little disappointed in the number 8, but really happy with the rest of it. Appreciate you coming in, sharing in the chat. We will have another reward going out next week sometime. And yeah, I love you all. And we'll see you in the next one. In the meantime, take care of each other. Most of all, take care of yourselves. Cheers now. Thank you, everybody. See you soon.